In this video, we'll look at how to change an improper fraction into a mixed number. And remember, an improper fraction is where the numerator or the top number is bigger than the denominator or the bottom number. And a mixed number is where you have a whole part and a fraction part. So let me start with this example. 5/3. Now the 5 tells you how many pieces you've got, and the 3 tells you how many pieces in each group. So let me try to picture this here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pieces. That's the top number. And now I need to put them into groups of 3. That's the bottom number. So let me count 1, 2, 3. So that goes into one group. 1, 2. I've not got enough for the next group, so I can stop there. So I count the number of groups, and that's 1, and that's going to be my big number, 1. And I've got 1, 2. That's my remainder. So the 2 goes at the top. There's my fraction line. And this 3 goes at the bottom because I've got 1, 2, 3 in each group. So let me go through that again. There's 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have 3 pieces in each group. I count the number of groups, 1, and that's the big one. I have the remainder of 2 that goes at the top, and then this 3 comes directly from the denominator here. So I can say 5/3 is equivalent or equal to 1 2/3. So let's do the next example. 7/2. So I have 7 pieces. That's the top number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 2 in each group. So let me put this into groups of 2. 1, 2, 3. I've not got enough for another group of 2. So that's my remainder. Now I count the number of groups. 1, 2, 3. And that's the big 3. My remainder is 1. That goes at the top. There's my fraction line. And this 2 goes straight to the bottom. Or this 2 is how many pieces have I got in each group? 1, 2. And that 2 goes there. So I can say the improper fraction 7/2 is equal to or equivalent to 3.5. The next example is 7/4. So we have 7 pieces because the numerator is 7. So let me draw 7 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I've got 4 in each group. So let me count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put this into one group. 1, 2, 3. I've not got enough. So that's my remainder. I count the number of groups. I've got one group of 4. So I have one big one. And my remainder is 1, 2, 3. That goes at the top. Fraction line. And this 4 goes straight to the bottom. Or that 4 comes from how many pieces I've got in this group. 1, 2, 3, 4. That goes there. So I can say 7/4 or 7/4 is equivalent to 1 3/4. The next example is 5 halves. The numerator or the top number is 5, so I've got 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The bottom number or the denominator is 2, so I've got 2 in each group. So 1, 2. My first group, 1, 2. My second group, 1. I've not got enough for another group, so that's my remainder. So I count the number of groups. 1, 2. That's my big 2. Remainder 1. And this 2 goes straight to the bottom. Or this 2 is the number of pieces in each group. So I've got 1, 2 pieces, and that goes there. So I can say 5 halves is equivalent to 2 1/2. My last example is 12/5. The numerator is 12, so I need 12 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The denominator is 5, so I want 5 in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's one group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's another group. 1, 2. I've not got enough for another group. I count the number of groups. 1, 2. So that's the big 2. And I've got a remainder of 2. 1, 2. Fraction line, and this 5 goes straight to the bottom. Or another way of looking at this 5 is, how many pieces have I got in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that 5 goes there. So I can say 12/5 is equivalent to 2 2/5. The next one I'm going to try to do without drawing it. So I've got 7/3. I've got 7 pieces, and I'm going to do my 3 times table up to but not past 7. So let me do that here. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so on. Now I need to go only to 7. So 1, 2. If I go to 9, I've gone past 7, so I need to stop. So I've got 1, 2 groups. Now I've used 6 and I had 7, so I've got a remainder of 1. And this 3 goes at the bottom. Let me do another example. 13/4. I'm going to do the 4 times table. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on. Now I need to do my 4 times table until I reach 13. I can't go past 13. 4, 8, 12. I need to stop there because my next 4 would take me to 16. That's bigger than 13. 1, 2, 3. That's the big number. And I've used 12 and I had 13. So I've got a remainder of 1. And this 4 goes at the bottom. So I can say 13/4 is equivalent to or equal to 3 1/4.